Hello, Brigadiers and Brigadettes and hockey fans alike. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to my channel. Now let's jump into some hockey content. Hello everybody, we are going to be talking about the two games that the Columbus Blue Jackets played against the Nashville Predators. But I just wanted to say before I start, I've got two things, and I'm going to leave them as surprises that I think could help grow the channel, and I think they're going to be pretty exciting, and one of them you might be able to find out, I don't know when, but let's just say that within the next probably month or two, you'll be able to see something that I think will help make the channel grow. With that being said, we're just going to talk about these two games again that the Blue Jackets played against the Nashville Predators in Nashville. So the first game was on the 14th, and I'm just going to go through the periods and then talk about some overall stuff that I think, could be beneficial for us. So the first period, we started out fairly well. We led shots 3-1. Then we ended up not allowing a shot on goal till about the 10-minute mark in the first. I think we led 6-1 for shots. Then Bjorkstrand got called for tripping. The Predators got, I think, 4 shots on the power play. This brought the shot total 6-5. Obviously, we had the lead. Then Nashville went on a bit of a run. They made it 11-7 for the shot total. Things evened out in the first as Nashville wound up leading shots going into the break 13-12. And then overall, I thought the play was pretty sloppy from both sides. It was the first hockey game for both teams in months. But, even though it was sloppy hockey, I was glad to be able to watch the hockey. Boone Jenner scored the only goal in the first due to some sloppy passing by Nashville. Now we're going to talk about the second period. For some reason, our power play ended in the start of the second, and right after it ended, not for some reason for the power play, but right after it ended, we just decided to let a good breakaway chance happen for Nashville. Corpy made a good save. At the 16-minute mark, the shots were tied 16-16, so fairly high shooting. And at the 9-minute mark, shots were 18-18, only 2 shots apiece in that 7 minutes. Towards the end of the second period, Luke Kunin scored a pretty goal while Del Zotto slid down. Del Zotto, kudos to him. I didn't think he was going to be a guy that I would pay too much attention to, but I like the heart. I like the fact that he slid, but Luke just managed to get that shot up, and he managed to score. We led the shots 27-22 at the end of the second. Now we're going to talk about the third period. Then the third period, we came out flat. The Predators made us pay. Philip Forsberg scored at the 5:48 mark on a 2-on-1. That's something we're going to have to limit right now is the breakaways. That's killing us. I just think that, I don't know if we're giving up the most of the league by any means, but I think when we give up a 2-on-1, it just leads to some disastrous consequences. And then the Predators scored on a empty netter to make it 3-1, and that sealed the deal. Positives for the game. At the end of the day, we were in the game the whole time, and we killed off all 3 penalties we took. Negatives, we were 0 for 2 on the power play, and it was a fairly sloppy game. And then also, this was the thing that really made me angry. That last period against Nashville, we were outshot 13-3 in the third. That's unacceptable. And really, I think it was 13-1 up until the last maybe minute and a half. We got 2 shots off, so there's just not garbage time. But, it's one of those things where you take away those 2 shots, we get outshot 13-1. 13-3 is still unacceptable, so that was something that I think we definitely need to go over there. The third of that game was just, ugh. Now we have the second game, which happened on the 16th. And in the first period, Domi looked good off the first 2 face-offs. We got a power play, even though we didn't score. I thought it was a decent power play. And 5 minutes in, we led shots 5-0. And then at the 7:58 mark, I couldn't read for some reason. My glasses, I can't use them because of the screen. But anyway, at the 7:58 mark, we took a 1-0 lead off a goal from Foligno. And it was a good finish at the net. He just managed to put the puck in when everybody else was just looking around. He managed to put it in. And then I think the Predators player that is my favorite to talk about, just because of his name is Rocco Grimaldi, he got a good break. And he took the puck all the way to the other end and put it in the back of the net to make it 1-1. Shots were 11-4. Columbus led that at the 10-minute mark. Ryan Ellis saved a goal when he blocked a shot when Saros fell down. Texier took a penalty with just under 2 minutes to go in the first. In my opinion, it came at the worst time as Nashville was really starting to gain steam in the last 10 minutes. Columbus was outshot 7-4, and honestly, I think that Nashville was playing better than even the shot advantage implied. Boone had a great breakaway chance on the penalty kill, and Cam almost connected with him, but Saros made a nice save. One thing I want to say is, I want to see Boone and Cam play together more. I think that obviously Cam especially is not a great defensive player, but the offensive opportunities we got, I really liked with those two, so I really would like to see us have them play a little bit together, more than, they might have in the past. And then another thing I wanted to say is, I haven't checked the advanced stats for that, but I do think that, even though these two aren't skilled defensively per se, they definitely provide you with chances. Cam more of the not as skilled defensively, but, when you chip in 25 plus goals, it's not that big of a concern. And then in the second period, Bjorkstrand and Forsberg both had great chances off turnovers, but neither team could finish. Foligno got gypped by taking a bad penalty. What can you say there? Boone Jenner. This is something I wanted to say. Boone is not a guy that really is big name. And if you're not a Blue Jackets fan, maybe you don't pay too much attention to him besides that 130-goal season that he had. But June Boone has made a career off of just heart and, doing the gritty things and, making sure to really just give it his all. And Boone Jenner, it looks like he wants to score a shorthanded goal so bad, he will score at least one by the end of the season, I can guarantee it. Nashville got a face-off violation. It's been a minute since I've seen one of those. And then 4-4 is always fun. Merzlikins, I always say Merzlikins, did an amazing job keeping the puck out of the net. I went off because I thought it did go in. It was mainly sloppy play in the second, but both teams had their chances. We really finished strong in the last 2 minutes of the second. Like I said before, I do think that Boone and Cam provide us some good chances, so I think we should do more pairing with them. And then we outshot Nashville 13-11 in the second. Third period, this was rough. Forsberg, it was almost the exact same goal. He made us pay yet again, just like he did in the first game, on a 2-on-1. And Forsberg had 2 goals in 2 games, so that's nice for him. Dubois had an amazing opportunity, and Saros had another good pad save. I'm not going to say for sure, because obviously we've had our offensive issues in the past, but if Saros continues to play like this, then they found the franchise goalie, which is something that I was questioning in my preview for the Nashville Predators. But it looks like if he can continue to keep this up, Saros could be the franchise goalie. I think that they've kind of been expecting for a while, so that could be good for them. Foudy took a shot from a wild angle, and luckily Texier, who's really been impressing me at the start of the season, somehow got it. I'm not sure, but he managed to tip it in, and it was right up on the net, and it was at a weird angle, but he managed to get it in, and I couldn't believe it. And then for a wild stretch of about 4 minutes, there was some amazing end-to-end action. Mark Borowiecki literally killed Emil Lindstrom on a hit in the third. Mark was just flying around, laying some kill shots. It's always fun to see that. Unfortunately, he was against the Blue Jackets, but I think if I do watch some more Predators games, I will watch Mark a little bit more. Obviously, he played for the Senators for a good long while, but I will watch him just because he's a fun player to watch because he lays big hits. Brad Richardson scored because we just decided clearing the puck was not a cool thing to do, and then Kunin again settled down the puck and managed to hit the top bar to make it 4-2. And then finally, Colton Seasons took advantage with a fast break and put the game totally away. Bjorkstrand took a high stick call, and I thought that was a little bit out of frustration because it was obviously 5-2. Nashville had better chances, and honestly, it was embarrassing. We did outshoot them 16-10. Saros could potentially be the franchise goalie, like I said, that they've been expecting just based off this performance. Defensively, I think that we have a lot to work on. Overall, Nashville had a slightly better Corsi during the series, 50.61% during 2 games. And then we outshot them 74-68 in 2 games. And then we led in scoring chances 49-48. And they led in the scoring chances. We led in high danger chances 17-16. I thought the advanced stats backed up the 2 games really well by showing this was a fairly close game and each team had their moments. But I think Nashville just took advantage of the opportunities they were given and put the puck in the back of the net when it was, an opportunity they had. So I think Nashville just did a better job with the chances they were given. They put the puck in the back of the net, like I said. Positives, Max Domi, who isn't a great face-off guy, had a 56.5% face-off percentage in this 2 games. And then the PK was also 6 for 6 to start the season. So a good penalty kill, 100%. going to get you really far. And then we were in both games late, and we head to Detroit for 2 games. Actually, the Detroit game's almost over, and we were down 1-0, but we've scored 3 goals. I turned my phone on airplane mode, but I think we should be able to take that game now, which is huge. Negatives for this Nashville series. It's only 2 games, so I don't know if you could call it a series, but the power play is 0 for 4 to start the year. We did make mistakes, and when we did, they were usually catastrophic, especially in the second game. And then I think our defensemen are pinching the puck too much. If you're not Werenski or Jones, don't pinch the puck. Don't worry about the offensive side of the game. The forwards can handle that. So that's going to wrap up my 2 games covered of the Columbus Blue Jackets. And then at some point during this week, I will also have some league news that I'll be talking about. Let me know what you think about this, if there is anything you'd want me to change for this video covering the Blue Jackets. Everybody stay safe and have a great day. Also stay away from COVID. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes, and hockey fans in general. This is your captain signing off. Have a great week.